साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sairam. Swami, we are continuing Prashnottara Vahini. Today we are going to discuss the aspects of yoga. Swami, please be with us. Please speak through us. Please listen through us. Our humble salutations at your lotus feet, Swami. Sairam. Sairam, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining the session, the aspects of yoga. Before going to this concept, what is yoga and how and what is yoga means, all these discussions basically, can we put one question saying that why you need yoga? No, actually, what is this? Actually, why the word yoga is very, very popular and across the world now, there are various schools are running for various purposes. The objectives of that each school is different, but the word is same. The word is yoga. Why this particular word is very popular and then why it is going on. Let's see how what Swami has told, and then we will go into the background. Swami very clearly telling that yoga means union or yoking. Jivatma has to be yoked with the Paramatma. One has to find its fulfillment in the whole, of which it is a part. Let's stop here. It's very clearly Swami is telling that yoga means union. Union with whom? Swami is again clearly saying that Jivatma has to be yoked with Paramatma. Here very clearly these concepts are, if we divide each and every word and then we will think about it, if we do our real self retrospect, it gives the clarity. First part is yoga means union. Very clear. You are merging, you are getting union with, but union with what? Meaning Jivatma has to be union with Paramatma. Again here Swami is very clearly telling that Jivatma, the Jiva of the Atma which has with Jiva, Jivatma has to be integrated with Paramatma. One has to find its fulfillment in whole, of which it is a part of. So it's giving clarity saying that the purpose of this life, whatever that we have taken this uniform in this human form, is to get union with Paramatma. Now let us go into different aspects of this particular part. Once we get the clarity, and then we will go, the next parts will be little easy to us to get a kind of an understanding. So the second part is what I want to give a background is, say in the Kathopanishad, This Kathopanishad is a discussion between the Nachiketa and Yama. The whole Upanishad is a discussion between the Nachiketa and the Yama. It's a two characters Swami plays there, also some Leela. So the two characters will discuss about each, what is what about about Al, the basically how I can integrate with the Swami. This is what the discussion mostly this is the discussion will happen. So he'll ask us, Swami, he Nachiketa asked Yama, saying that how I know that I am the Jivatma, how I know that I have to get union with Paramatma. So it's very clear. So he will ask the same basic, very valid question he will ask him. You are saying that well and good, you are saying so much about the integration with Paramatma, and as whoever is having the karma pala actions and all those things, I'll be observing in Udanavayu. All these things he will be talking about it. So he'll ask the basic fundamental question: how, first of all, how I know that I can understand that I am the Jivatma, and then how I can get with the union with the Paramatma. So this is the question. Then Yama will tell. See how a leaf, once it get its time is over. I mean, once it get the leaf uh, the leaf bud will come, and then it will become a big leaf. Once it become a leaf in that particular tree on a branch, once it is completely fulfilled its life, automatically it will just get detached from that branch. But it will get, while it is becoming a leaf, from a small leaf bud, and then it will become a big leaf. In this journey, it will get the fullest, receives the fullest from the tree, understands it, and it will get detached from the branch. As we Mrityunjay mantra, we will also chant. So likewise, the inner self, or you call it as the soul itself, identifies that I have got matured to understand myself. It's very clear statement Lord Yama gives to Nachiketa, that my inner self, say for example, if I take a person called Mahindra, in this, the soul, the body is Mahindra, but the soul understands that, hey, I have got maturity to start understanding about myself. So the Atma itself will identifies, and it gives so much of intuitions to the Jiva, the one who is currently with the prana running in this body. It provokes, it initiates, it keeps giving some indications, and it starts understanding about, it starts giving inputs. So this guy, the man who's named as Mahindra, he start looking into the four aspects: the Manushyatva, Mumukshatva, and the Mahapurusha Samskraya. Or you call it as this man, the man who is named with some name, that body has got some name. One named as Mahindra, one named as some Suresh, Naresh, Syamala, Nirmala, some name. So that name, that person will start thinking about it. The Atma Kripa. We have the four aspects, right? The Atma Kripa, Guru Kripa, Veda Kripa, Daiva Kripa. So the first thing will start with the self. That self is Atma. It says that you have got that maturity. Now you start understanding about you and start understanding about what you are. Get confidence on yourself. Then get satisfaction. Start the sacrificing. Start understanding about all these three and realize yourself. While you are doing all these activities, what is that? That is wait more on the self, Atma Kripa. That Atman, basically Atma Vidya, you start doing this. While doing this course of action, the Paramatma come as a guru. Paramatma will take you because you loved the form, that Manishyatva. So basically, and you loved that form, and that Paramatma will come to you. He will start guiding you as a guru. He will start giving you the scriptures, what you required. And according to your understanding, it will keep going on, and then Daiva Krupa will be with us. So that's what the Yama will tell to Nachiketa, saying that the Atma itself will understand that it got matured to understand about the self. Now the question will come. How come Atma, see, I'm a person, I got born into a family, and then okay, I have connected to some devotional activities and going on. How I can understand that my inner self is already activated and then it is trained. Your activities itself will tell about it. But again, we have to do our own self introspection. So again, I'm going to touch one particular part of the Aitreya Upanishad. In that Aitreya Upanishad, it will tell us very clearly. A tiny droplet became a flesh ball, and a soul entered into that flesh ball, and it became a human form. Slowly it turned into the human form. So what is entered into that particular flesh ball? We call it as Atma. The soul entered into that flesh ball, and it has to get the human form. Now you are holding that soul, and all the external world, this Leela world, or you call it as Swami's Leela world, is calling you with some name, but you are carrying that, the one which is entered in you, made you as a human form, and that you are not understood. So you think you means we are all. So we are thinking that this is the body, and then self as the body, and then we are moving with that. So understand that the one which is entered in your body, and then only you become, then only you got the human form, and then only you have, living, and then using all your senses, and then body, karmendriyas and jnanendriyas and tanmatras, and you are moving it. So understand that. So if we do that self introspect, understand that you are the self, that self is Atma, and you are not that body, then you get the clarity. And with whom I have to union? I have to union with Paramatma. I have to integrate with Paramatma. Then you will start working with that. How I'll get that kind of moment saying that, oh, I'm going with the devotion. Your day-to-day activities itself and your current the situational environment itself will help to get into that particular aspects. So Swami is giving clarity. No, it's more like, no, we need to understand first before going what is yoga and how we will do yoga. First, what is self? The self is the Atma. And this is residing in this body. To illuminate the Atma, to get realization and make sure that it is illumined, and then it is getting a tejas and then merging with Paramatma, we need to get rid of all these body related attachments. Then that union will be a complete merge. Otherwise, it is only Bhava Yogama. It is not the complete the Anubhava Yoga, and it is not the Brahma Yoga. It is not. So it's very clear. We need to know, understand first self, then we will talk about the union. Prashnottara Vahini will give complete understanding about these things. If we recall, if we go through all those chapters, what Swami is talking, the first chapter itself, Swami will take us into a jet speed into the body and senses and lokas. He talk various things, various concepts. He will talk about it, but he will touch all at high level. The reason is you do your self introspection. You again go and search each and every word in my discourses. Listen to that. Understand that. So what you are doing, what we are doing, self introspection, we are doing it. We are studying the chapter. We are going ahead. We see Bhutakasha. We don't know what is Bhutakasha. Let's go what Swami spoke about Bhutakasha in the discourses. You will get 4 discourses or 5 discourses. We will go through that discourses again and we understand, oh, this is what Swami might have given very simple story. And then we understand. So Swami is giving that self-introspection aspect in the Prashnottara Vahini and giving complete understanding about the universe, the body, I mean, the universe, the gunas, this and the 5 elements and the lokas, and you can call it as the chakras, you can call it as the koshas, sheets, and after that again, Swami is giving clarity about the spiritual austerity. Swami is giving clarity and in all aspects of the self to understand that thing. So here the self is Atma, which is associated with different Vishaya Vasanas, though it is not, though it is associated, but it is not binded with that. So it is self is there. That self has to be union with Swami. Then only it is called yoga. Whoever is merged, very much merged, who got the Brahma Yoga, who got that particular one, as the aspect of that yoga, who got that, the supreme state, call it as yogi. So let's start the aspects of yoga and discussion. Hope all these examples are giving the clarity. How it gets start, the self from Kathopanishad and even from Aitreya Upanishad, you will be understanding what is what, why this body has emerged from a child, from a small to a bigger one in a course of time. All these things we understood, and then we are basically we are the Atma, the same Atma which took this body. But this Atma has to be union with Paramatma. For that, first you need to understand yourself. Right. Let's go ahead with the concept. Now, Swami is also saying that very clearly here. If you look into this aspect, As the rivers carry the waters of the sea back into the sea itself, happy to lose the limitations of their names, their size, etc. In that consummation, so that so the individual merges into the universal. We discuss now. The Atma has to merge with Paramatma. So what has to be, no, it has to lose the limitation, the body limitations. And it's all senses and all those things. So only the Atma has to merge. And then you completely relieve from these particular limitations. For such kind of state, the supreme state where we are going to that, and that consummation, so the individual merges into the universal, that is yoga. So the yoga has a great, great meaning. It is not just a word or just like things, it is so much of in-depth meaning. Then Swami is telling that it is yoga that happens to the salt dal that is dropped into the depth of the sea and to calculate the depth of the water. The salt too comes from the sea and becomes one with the sea. Very simple, clean Swami's way it's telling. The salt has come from sea, even that salt again to come now merge in the sea. Sairam. Thank you, Swami. It's a summer course, the June 16th, 1977. And it's a pictorial presentation, basically, like when Krishna, like devotee will come to the Krishna, and then how I need to say merge with that. Then Lord Krishna will tell, saying that take a rock, break it, and he will break it, and he'll ask him to merge, put into the water. And sorry, first he will ask, put the stone into the water. He will put the stone into the water. See whether it is merged or not. No, it is not immersed into the water. Then he'll ask, pick up that stone again, break it into the stone, into the pieces. He will do that. Put those pieces into the water. No, it will not immerse into the water. Then he will also give a sugar candy and then put that into the water. It immediately will merge. Why stone is not merged? Why sugar candy is able to merge? Because the sugar candy has so much of love. It has so much of sweetness that love is there, that here the sweetness represents love. It gives sweetness, it gives love to everyone in the whole universe. Whoever, whichever the living element, taste it, it is sweet only. Whichever can able to grab that particular taste, it is sweet only. Likewise, the devotee should become that much sweet, meaning it should be that much of loving personality, because he need to love not only the God, the whole universe. And he should have a complete love as Swami's creation with the creator. Then it can be merged easily with Swami. With these notes, let's start with the different, again, Swami has given different aspects of yoga. So Swami again told in the same discourse on June 16th, yoga has taught and learned at present is at best only a system of physical exercises, a means to acquire health and sense of physical well-being. It cannot be spiritual discipline leading to self-realization. We are all very much aware of this particular statement and the meaning now. The reason is by reading these lines itself, we can understand saying that not to get the fitness of the body, not to get the mass index properly, not to get the shape to the proper shape to the body. It is yoga is not for that. It is yoga is the spiritual discipline leading for the self-realization. Yoga, again, Swami is telling that, is a control of all mental modifications. Chitta vritti nirodha, mental modifications. Yoga denotes control of speech, seeing, hearing, thinking, and desiring. We'll go little in depth when go on when go one by one slide, and then also as follows. It will give clarity. So Swami is again telling that very clearly. This yoga sadhana is for mental modifications. Chitta vritti nirodha, basically, to cleansing of your mind, to cleansing of your chitta, to get control over your senses. Yoga is helps all these things. Yoga help for all these things. It cannot. So basically, Swami is very keen getting the mastery and all the senses and inner impulses, reducing the inner impulses, getting control over all the senses. For that reason only the yoga has to do. So giving clarity, Swami is giving very much clarity on this yoga part. What happens? We will also go to the self-realization aspect again in the later part of this presentation. So it's very clear it is not for a physical exercise purpose. Yoga is union with Paramatma. Yoga helps cleaning of your mind. Yoga helps in cleaning of chitta. Yoga helps to get a control over the senses. Yoga will help to reduce the inner impulses and also remove the inner impulses. Let's go to the one small. Swami is willing telling that one small, chinna katha, the small tiny story. It's just a generic one which we might have come across in our life many times about this. See, one person, one say reputed Lord who's doing the puja, he's keep doing the puja, and again he's asking, why though he's doing the puja, he keep asking that his daughter-in-law saying that, asking for, say, he's keep asking, did he that cobbler brought my shoe or not? After, so he gave his shoes to some particular person, the person who takes care of the shoes repairing and all those things. Though he is doing the puja, his focus is on those shoes and that person. So much of there is no focus at all on doing the work. Whatever the act he is doing, if he is doing puja, he is not union with that particular action. He is diverted. He is completely no focus at all. Wavering mind. Though he is doing Om Namah Shivaya, and then he is asking his daughter-in-law, is that person whoever that guy who's repairing my shoe, is he brought my shoes or not? He's keep asking his daughter-in-law. So it's like you don't have a complete focus at all. Here, not focus. If there is no focus, no union at all. So Swami is very clearly giving in the small Chinna Katha, whatever this activity you are doing, that activity also you have to do with more perfection. Completely integrate in that particular action. union with that action. Keep Swami in that. So automatically that Divyatva will come and then we will start doing that. As much as I is there, that focus will not be there. So Swami is very clear in this. Don't keep such kind of vikshepa. Come out of that vikshepa. We are all very much aware of these three words, right? Mala, vikshepa, varana. So don't be worried. Don't get no fickle-minded. Don't get disturbed. Ensure that you are having one-pointedness with the Swami and do that particular act with focus and union with that particular objective of that action. Sairam. It's a small Chinna Katha Swami is telling. Now, how this union will happen? See this slide, beautiful slide, which is Swami is giving clarity on 24th November 1998 discourses. Yoga means to unite with the Atma. There is no greater happiness than being one with the Atma. But today, no one is making any effort to attain Atma. We will go through Swami's statement and then we will talk about that pyramid picture. The final goal, nobody is making any effort to attain the Atma, the final goal of life. The senses are above the body. The mind is above the senses. The intellect is above the mind. And the Atma is above the intellect. Swami is giving clarity here. Man does not travel even up to the level of intellect. He travels only up to the level of mind. Since man is unable to control his mind and senses, he is subject to confusion and depression. As a result, he forgets the principle of the Atma. So, very clearly, Swami is telling that in the first three itself, if you look into the bottom-up approach, man is wavering between these three only, body, senses, mind only. He's not going up to the intellect and it is not going to the soul. Various times we discussed, brother and sisters. Swami has told in Sandeha Nivarana very clearly, చిత్తము ఉదరములో ఉంటుంది, అహంకారము హృదయములో ఉంటుంది, మనసు కోటరములో ఉంటుంది, బుద్ధి వాక్కులో ఉంటుంది. Swami told very clearly, your chitta is in udara, meaning the intersect point of the lungs and the stomach. Ahankara, ego, is in your heart. And the manas is in kotaram. Kotaram means the soft, in the neck, the soft intersect point, basically between the neck bones, shoulder bones, and then the neck starting, the soft intersect point. Manas is in that particular place, and intellect is on your tongue. Why Swami told all those things? Because as much as dust is there in the mind, meaning mala is there in that particular mind, so much worldly things are attached to that mind. I need this, I want that, I need to go, I need to be first, I need to acquire this, I need to showcase this, I should be best in this, my family is supposed to be best, my daughter is supposed to be best. So like this, if we are completely attached to that world, so many desires are there. Those desires, for that we will be doing so many actions for that to collect. For that you start tending, getting the involved of Arishad Varga, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, acquiring fully those Arshad Varga, then the so much of dust will be there in the Chitta. Say, for example, if air is coming in a dusty area, say, for example, in one particular greenery area, air might be pure. Once you are crossing that particular, say, there are many areas where you can say a mini forest will be there, a small greenery garden will be there. The air will be different. The moment from there you are coming in onto the ground, the air quality will be keep reduced because it is again mixed with the dust on that particular road. If you keep going on and there is a drainage area where you are getting more polluted or smelly, bad smell air will be coming up because it is controlled, it is very much polluted because with that. So you will not able to get a fresh air in that from you cannot expect a fresh air. Likewise, if my chitta is very much occupied with all these Arishadvarga and connected so much to the senses, then my talk, then my say first, then my heart also will be full of ego. So much occupied with the ego. If I have both dusty chitta and then I have an ego in the heart, then my manas always will be thinking to go to get more things very much connected to the desires. And whoever coming being an hurdle in that, then your tongue, it will talk in that way only. Your talk also will be like questioning on somebody. Our talk will be questioning on somebody's intellect, somebody's wealth, somebody's actions. All these things, it keep coming up. How much we clean that? Say, for example, now if my chitta is pure, clean, my heart is completely with love, no ego, then my manas will not think anything. There won't be any thought. And then when I'm talking, first of all, I will not have a topic to talk. If at all is there, that will be regarding to Swami only. Because I don't have anything to talk. If somebody will come and asks and talk about something, then you will purely without any pride and prejudice, no vanity of wealth, no vanity of religion, caste, no vanity of no knowledge. All these things will be cleansed, will be clean, and then you will be just plain with a plain heart. You will be talking like Swami. So the clear thing is Swami is giving complete ladder here very clearly. And see this pyramid very clearly, what it is saying, what it is showing. The bottom up approach. The bottom is body, Annamaya Kosha. Senses, Manomaya Kosha. Sorry, Pranamaya Kosha. Mind, Manomaya. Intellect, Vijnanamaya. Soul, Anandamaya. It's clearly Swami is telling out. And how it will happen when you are coming out of all that body related attachments and coming out of that, then it is you are coming out of this worldly related control. Basically, you are coming out of that, you are getting a control over it, and you are also parallelly you are detached with these particular activities. You are not so cautious about your body because you understood that you are the inner self, that is yours, Jivatma. And you are also getting a control over the senses slowly, getting a detachment, being an aparigraha, meaning you're not having so much of thirst and no thirst and getting of things. Or if you are something is getting also, you are not able, no, you are not receiving it, completely coming out of those things, completely coming out of the senses, not getting uh, violated by the senses. You are getting control over the senses, nothing much. And then mind. So when you have this attached detachment and also control over the sense, your mind is not thinking about your body and senses, whereas your mind is thinking about the Paramatma, because that is the objective for you. So your Manomaya is becoming thoughtless. Of course, thoughts with the God, and over a period of time it is thoughtless. And then you are, when in the thoughtless environment, or in the with the thoughts with God and a thoughtless environment, both the states, you are getting the gnana, and that gnana about your inner self. When you are getting what are you are slowly getting, then you are getting that bliss, that you are in the Anandamaya. All this happens when you are with union with Swami. So this is what Swami is very clearly telling this in the 24th November 1998 at Prashant Nilayam discourse. Prashnottara Vahini gives all this understanding basically. Swami himself became a student, Swami as a guru, giving very much clarity to Swami. Being here, the student is who is student? It's the body, the Mahindra is body. The Mahindra Vashyam is the body. The who is the guru? The inner self, that Atma itself is giving the answer to understand. Here also the same thing. And who is the person? And Swami. Here Atma means Swami himself. The one who is residing in us as a Paramatma, he himself is giving the clarity. Let's go in this Yoga Agni. So when you will get all these things, when you make it as a Yoga Agni, when you have that much of, so much of, hungerness, so much of your worry, you are very much connected, and that fire has created, that fire has come in you. And then when you are rigorously doing that sadhana, that Yoga Agni, through that you will be understanding about yourself, and this process will go on. While this process, bottom up process is keep going on, then your antakarana will be cleansing basically. As a steel rod keep in particular fire, it will be melted, it will be softened. Once it is softened, it is been taken into whatever the design that we are expecting. We expect when we are constructing a home, or when we want to do any kind of iron grills in your desired format, it will be done through by keeping that in a fire and then giving it a kind of a shape. Likewise, the sadhana, whatever the yoga sadhana when you are union with the Swami, if you are going with integrated with Swami, that continuous integrated awareness, if you are there, that CIA you are continuing. If you are doing that particular activity, then your chitta will be keep softened. By softening that chitta, once it become a sponge, it will lose its, basically the bad qualities, bad dust, janmantara, sanchita karmas, whatever that, And whatever that we have taken Prakrita, what in this particular world we have taken, those are all will be get dissolved. Sairam. So this this is a cycle basically. The moment continuously, if you are union with Swami and doing this activity, every activity, whatever we are doing as part of the karma, as part of your bhakti, as part of your jnana, whatever that activities you are keep doing in union with Swami, that will become that fire in you is taking that, softening and then diluting your previous janmantara kruta, basically janmantara karma phala, sanchita karmas, and the dust which is very much there start dissolving and it start getting purifying. So has purified. So if I take uh, so if I take this cycle, say chitta is softening, so your ahankara will get reduced, then your manas will not get many, that many bad thoughts. You will start getting the adjusting to the things, and then your buddhi, your intellect is also, you will also start talking in the same way, getting an understanding in that same way. This is a cycling process until this part is getting the cleanup. If this is clean, then ahankara also almost will be cleaned. Almost, why I'm telling is, Swami very clearly told in Prashnottara Vahini, when I am taking the body, I will have first I consciousness. And then I will get I ego. So the I ego will get dissolved. I conscious means Nenu, whether I am man, I am man, I am in a Manushya, and that is animal. And that form is Daiva, and that form is tree, Prakriti. This is Prakriti. I am body. I'm in man. That I consciousness. That's it. You are differentiating the forms. To getting the differentiating forms, that I consciousness will be there. I ego is different, which is what currently we all experiencing it. With the body, with the money, mind, with the name we have associated. So I ahankara will be losing. I mana, the manas will be cleansing, and intellect will be cleansing. All this process will continue. It destroy all impulses, adjust towards sensual world. Then jnana is born. Swami very clear, which dispels the darkness of the ignorance, and that is liberation. So we are discussing all these particular things in this forum means very clear that our inner self identified that we are Manushya and we need to go towards the Mumukshatva, and we identified the Mahapurusha also. So with the help of all these three things, we are doing our journey. So as much as we get into this part of cycle, then our yoga agni will cleansing that, and then basically cleansing the chitta, and then we will be coming out of these things. We will be the very sweet persons like sugar candy, and with the lovable person to Swami as to the Swami's creation. So darkness of ignorance will come out of that, and Swami likes to keep us for some time in the name of liberation. Saira. Let's go to the next one. So how Swami is also telling that yoga basis for moksha. So the previous also, okay, I need to come out of this present review. Okay, still okay. So this previous Yoga Agni is also talking about that. And here Swami is talking about also the same yoga basis for moksha. Now it is very clearly linked. Yoga, union, Swami, being with Swami. Being with Swami, be connect with Swami. What? How I connect with Swami? Be with Swami. How I'll be with Swami? So many times we do very regularly. We'll be discussing in our Satyasai Seva organization in many meetings. Be with Ma Swami, connect with Swami, and all those things. So this meaning that you do yoga with Swami, continuously connect with Swami. But here there are various things are there. Bhava yoga, basically. Keeping Swami in your bhava, in your emotional world. Keeping Swami in your connect, basically you are coming out of the bhava vesha. You are coming out of that bhava vesha and you are getting into the Anubhavagnya, basically. And then you are getting experiencing Swami, basically. Here, the experiencing Swami means you start loving everyone like Swami, and your talk also will be that soften. I mean, there's so much soften, and then you'll be talking to them also like talking to Swami. That Anubhava, that experiencing Swami within every word. Being bhava is like is your emotion, basically. Let it coming, we treat that as also love. Yes, it gave wake it up, but at the same time coming into the anubhava and then coming into the brahma, treating himself is a kind of no, irrespective of form and the name, treating the prakriti, treating the Swami's creation is also as Swami, then coming into the brahma. So how this kind of union we need to obtain? So yoga is that connect, that kind of union with Swami. So Swami is telling very clearly, unless man conquers his senses, he cannot qualify for moksha. Very clear statement. So unless man conquers his senses, we need to come out of all these senses, basically. The Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas, through that, whatever the Tanmatras, that Arishad Vargas, you have to come out of all these Vishaya Vasanas connected with the world. And looking, basically without yoga, he cannot get rid of sin. Unless they basically get rid of the dust which is occupied in our chitta. Unless they clear themselves of sin, Antakarana does not become pure. Obviously, the mirror will not be cleaned unless we clean the dust, we wipe out the reflection part, and then only you can see a clear picture of you in the mirror. Without pure Antakarana, Jnana cannot be acquired. When we clean up everything, then only you will see yourself in a better way in that mirror. But still it is not correct because your right eye hand looks like left hand looks like right hand in the mirror. We need to go beyond that and understand ourselves, basically. So cleansing of dust, cleansing of senses, controlling the senses, and then cleansing of chitta, coming out of this, then only the Antakarana will get purity. Then only we start understanding about what is Swami, what is myself, how I am God. To become a God, we need to come out of all these things. At least if we start that particular process and then going to the God, the Daiva Krupa, then Swami is thinking of, Swami loves people, they love that particular self-inquiry, and then he will start because he himself is a Bharadwaja Gotraji. The Bharadwaja Muni has done, the Maharshi has done self-inquiry rigorously. That is the reason Swami has he liked him very, very much. And then even in Ramavatara, he is not, left, he went to meet him, and then, in a physical form. And even in when in a Purna Avatara, even Swami, these Paramatma, the Supreme Soul itself taken a human form, he took that human form in his Gotra. The self-inquiry, the man who's doing very clearly the self-inquiry, going through all that process, this yoga and union with Swami, Swami likes him very much. That's what Swami also told in the uh, Bhagavad Gita. So this sadhana, the connect with the Swami, is very, very basic foundation and very much important to go ahead with the Swami, basically to get rid of this particular worldly things and then getting the liberation. The yoga and jnana, Swami is very clearly telling here. By yoga, the chitta becomes soft like rice boiled with heat. The process is because of tapas. It becomes tapta. The tapta itself is very, very profound word. It is like a it has so much of fire in that. Basically, the tapta means he is very much in fond of fine, and he is very much eager to understand his own self. That tapta is there, basically the process, because that tapas need to come. That kind of eagerness, earning for Swami has to come. So when that comes, then the union will be easy. So Swami is telling that this sadhana will help to get that kind of sankalpa, and then get into the Swami. So Swami is also very clearly telling that the yoga help to get the jnana. Jnana means very clearly getting understanding about the self and the Paramatma. Swami again gives the one beautiful Chinnakatha. Swami tells there was an expert artist by name Anthony who used to make violins. Violin, he take to prepare a violin. He has very great name in making of violin. So, but he make that violin, to prepare one violin, he takes almost an year. So the friends asked Mr. Anthony, you have so much of name, you as an expert in violin. Why you are taking so much of time to prepare one violin? And you also took this is the only work you took it for your survival also. Your family is also dependent. Why you are taking so much time? Why don't you make so many violins in one particular time? Prepare, why don't you have some kind of a team and then make so many violins, make and then earn so much money so that your family also will be very much happy. But the Anthony has told to them saying that, see, while I'm making the violin, I will want to make that with perfection. To make that into perfection, I supposed to be a perfect personality. I need to make sure that all those things, whatever the essentials is required for that violin, I have to personally see and make it, and then ensure that it is properly made. That perfectionism is supposed to be there. With that only, after satisfying all, and when I felt it is 99% is perfect, then only I will release to the world. or sell to the people. I want that. Without that, I don't want to do. And the money point of view, okay, I have that perfection gives me satisfaction. Number two, I will also get understand. No, I'm very much aware of that. I've been this karma, this action that I'm taking is very much indeed blessed by the God. And I am very much seeing myself in this, in taking, well, no, making this particular violin. So I'm very much immersed in making these things. So I understand about myself that I am born to take these actions, to understand, and that is the only God has given me this kind of blessings. So with so much of this integrity, I am doing this. And whatever the earning comes, I am satisfied. I will live with that. That's it. Swami gives very clearly this is what the karma, the action. Man is bound by karma. When actions are performed as offerings to the divine, they get sanctified. So the example of Anthony is very clearly so. The karma yoga, what you are talking about, all actions that are natural to man should be converted by the spiritual aspirant into karma yoga. So I am keeping a small apple fruit at Swami's at Swami's divine feet at in the puja room. The action and the need to be performed with so much of perfection, with so much of devotion, integrated with Swami as yoga sadhana, you are going to do it. Then that will be sanctified. Even I'm doing a puja, upasana, I'm doing any chanting, everything if I do with that perfection, with that particular union with Swami, then it will become the sanctified action. If I am driving, if I am writing, if I am doing anything with that dharma, with the distinction between the karma and karma yoga, you need to ensure that that karma yoga is applied very clearly. And then the action, you will not get a interest on the action, the result on the action also. So such kind of perfection will come and your egoism also will not go. There won't be any desire also on the rewards or karmas. So it's very clearly Swami is talking about the action what you do the perfection, which will become the nishkama. And without yoga and expectation. Let's take one small example also. I always go with the Narayana Seva whenever we go in Narayana Seva. The moment you enter into that Narayana Seva environment itself is a divine, basically. Of course, you while coming to the Narayana Seva also, while driving on the road also, it is different. Basically, we need to have the same thing. But we are taking an example of Narayana Seva. The moment you take whatever the action in that Narayan Seva, whether it is cleaning of vessels or food distribution or pulling the food cans and put that there in the places, whatever the action that we are doing, if we are integrated with the Swami and talking to the people and then treating everyone as Narayana, there, the distributor, the receiver, the person who's are all doing supporting activities, everyone is Narayanas. If we have such kind of thing, then you will get so much of bliss, and then well, you will be coming out of that. You will be having a kind of a very light heart with so much of love. You will be coming out of it. So Swami is talking about the karma yoga. When you are integrated with Swami, then only that. So that is very much essential for us in a daily life. one small, okay, we'll go in the next slide, basically, then we'll, and bhakti. Same applies here. We need to be integrated with the bhakti while we are talking about uh, when we are doing a bhajan, basically, whenever you do the bhajan, that bhava should become the anubhava. Then only that brahmanubhava you will be getting that during the bhajan. So Swami is telling that whatever the actions you are doing in the karma yoga, doing, preparing chapatis, cutting vegetables, cleaning the, sweeping the floor, whatever it is, that karma will be turned into the spiritual exercise. Even the bhajan also is the same. All will become the divine. So Swami is talking about the karma and bhakti. Both, while doing this karma, only the bhakti will prevails, and the bhakti will deep rooted into the heart, basically deep rooted into the heart. When we both are doing this karma and bhakti together, then the jnana yoga, Swami is feeling the advent of an avatar and his actions provide inspiring ideals for the emergence of the divine human beings. See, such a beautiful, Swami, brings the basically collaboration. So very clearly, Swami is saying the advent of an avatar and his actions provide inspiring ideals for the emergence of divine human beings. See, just we will recall the first Vahini, the Ramakatha Rasa Vahini. While we are discussing about Ramakatha Rasa Vahini, we will get so many questions. Why Rama has left Sita in the forest? Why is no Rama asked Lakshmana to leave her into the forest? Why Rama listened to somebody? Why Rama asked Sita to go into the fire? So many questions, so many things. Will apply all worldly things to Rama, and then whatever inside inside of us, whatever that Vishayavasanas we apply there, and we will start questioning. So if we go to that first Vahini, and then now you read these first two sentences, the advent of Avatar and his action providing inspiring ideals for the emergence of the divine human beings. Now we can clearly understand, okay, that is a role model. He showcased that how to implement whatever has been told in Vedas. That advent came, that advent of an avatar has, is only to showcase as his actions, and he's also showcased as an inspiring personality, and also show an ideal person to showcase all the actions which is go in your daily routine in your human life. So he's a role model. To become a role model, to showcase that role model only, he came as a avatar. So such kind of understanding now we will be getting, basically. I mean, here now means basically when we are started as an aspirant, we will get all such kind of questions, and though slowly all those questions will be down. Why those questions are getting, no, we are not getting those questions means we are started the sadhana, we are started the yoga with Swami. Slowly that dust is keep going on. I mean dissolving, and slowly understanding, getting a kind of a enthusiasm. Slowly we are getting a kind of uh, eagerness, earning about Swami, and then we are understanding about our body, senses, mind, intellect, all such kind of things we started understanding about it. When we are starting getting understanding about, when we are getting understanding about all those things, all these questions, all this dust will be cleaning up, and suddenly even all those avatars looking like a pure form, purity of form, divine form. So it is like, what is happening here cleansing is happening inside, within us itself. So Swami is telling that to provide that to make that cleanse, cleaning in the inner self, only I'm coming and making as an I'm coming as an avatar and doing these things. So we should endeavor bring to about avatarana or descent of the divine principle in our hearts. So he has come up as a and then he is making us to get understanding, and then he is giving the understanding about this supreme and his the about his that about the Paramatma Tattva, and he's only giving that knowledge. So that wisdom we are calling it as Jnana. So over a period of time, we are cleaning off all that dust particles, whatever has been there, and slowly we are identifying the love in everyone in the creation, and we have getting enormous love on Swami. And then slowly we are understanding about the universe and Swami, so that I am identifying myself in this universe with Swami. So, so Swami is very clearly telling that all action must ultimately find their fulfillment of jnana and must therefore be performed with meticulous care. See, we itself is very clear. No, this Vahini Sudhamrita journey itself will give the clarity. How we started, how we slowly starting understanding. Say, I'm thinking that maybe people are very much scholars in that particular area already, but still, what I'm saying is, while going through the concepts, basically, while going through the concept, understanding the concepts, applying it, and slowly, we are getting into the union with Swami and understanding the sweetness of the Vahini, and then slowly getting the nectar of that particular, essence of that particular subjects, and then getting the experiencing, and then understanding his, how he is holding us, and getting understanding that he is only driving us, getting understanding and he is the doer, and we are doing the activities like so. In that immersion and all those particular activity, you are slowly getting that everyone is sweet. All that kind of no transformation slowly is happening. So of course, this is what my personal journey with it is how it is the journey is going with Swami. So it's very clear. So that particular understanding is coming up. So Swami is giving clarity. This with the union with Swami is you will be understanding all those things and you will be getting involved with the Swami whenever. But still, there will be a kind of activities where you are not completely clean the mind, impulses. You're not completely reduced influence. Still, there are lot of dust will be there. That will be exhibiting while we are talking, particularly with our family members. Particularly will be with others, sometimes with dharma, sometimes with ego. These are all things we'll be doing our self uh, retrospect. We will be doing, and we have to do that improvements basically. Sai Ram. So Swami is telling about the Swami told about the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Swami is also talking about Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga, to be explained in simple terms, where Swami is telling that we can say that it is a union of Bhakti and Karma. This word Raja is the word is basically you are acquiring Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga together if you are doing, and you are the basically the one which is lead to you Raja Yoga. So Swami is giving an example also. King Janaka was performing all his daily work in this manner and thus enjoyed the fruits of Raja Yoga. This Raja is nowhere related to the kingdom, nothing related to Rajoguna also. It is the Raja Yoga is telling that it's very clearly you are in that process to reach your Maharaja. Basically, karma and plus bhakti yoga, it is merged basically, and then perfectly you are doing that. Your humanity is so you are getting into the mumukshatva, and then of course Mahapurusha Samsraya is also there, but You are really getting the union with the Swami, with karma and bhakti. And then you are doing your dharma properly. So that state of basically that state is called Raja Yoga. What Swami is very clear, telling that if you are doing that Raja Yoga and then you are going ahead, so automatically it's. But Swami is very clearly telling that. See, this is the very important thing which we have to always keep in our mind. People, some people, let's not, no comparison here. Basically, people say, I am in Jnana Marga, I am in Karma Marga, I am in Bhakti Marga. No one, no, nothing to, no one decide, no can decide that I am in particular, in this particular Marga. It is the only person who understand that in which Marga we are, that is Swami only. Like how the Chaturvarnyam is there, and how that Chaturvarnam Guna Karmana Vibhaganaha, and in what way the only one person who knows that in which Varna I am, that is only Swami. Likewise, which yoga I am doing is only Swami. Because there is no separate like this. Swami is very clearly is telling that Karma Yoga is a bowl. Bhakti Yoga is the oil. Raja Yoga is the wick. The light which is coming as Jnana Yoga. So if you are in Bhakti Marga also, if you think that it is a Bhakti Marga, it's a Karma Marga, nothing. All that actions, when you are doing an action is karma, is union with Swami. And Bhakti Yoga is particularly the one how much that you are doing with perfection, union with Swami, that action, with the devotion and with Swami, and so much of both integrated very much, then the fire has come. So the Raja Yoga you are doing, then you are enlightening you the self, that is Jnana. So Swami very clearly telling that don't get into any kind of illusions, don't get into the Bhranti that I am in one particular role, particular marga, particular yoga. All together only it goes. If you are getting some understanding means you have done that all together. So Swami is telling on 27th March 1968. So again, this is very important. Samatvam Yogam Uchyate. So, okay. Very, very important point this is because this is one of the indicator for us basically to how much that we are getting the samatvam, equanimity. So we have distinguished in the five fields in the button. So Swami is very clear in this equanimity, equal mindedness, equanimity, sense of balance, unaffectedness is what yoga means. So through yoga sadhana, you will be acquiring equal mindedness, equanimity, sense of balance, and unaffectedness. This is a perfect example. Last 5 days, some war is happening. If we are getting a kind of so much of jealous, so much of anger, so much of no anger with jealous or with some anger with no vanity of region, religion, or no caste or whatever it is. Okay, if such kind of things are emerging in our body, it's very clearly saying that we are not in the equal mindedness, equanimity, no self sense of balance, and affectedness is more towards that. So we need to get such kind of samatva. But how is this samatva equanimity will come? It's very clear that yoga sadhana is there. If we are with connected with not with bhava, with anubhava, with completely union with Swami, then you will get more love. We saw the yoga agni, we saw the body mind and all previous slides we are very clearly discussed this particular line. how much we do this sadhana, and that much of cleansing with body consciousness, senses consciousness, mind consciousness, everything will be cleansing up. Then your intellect work in a better way. Then you will see the equanimity, and then you will see the ananda. So Swami is very clear telling that equanimity we need to acquire. Prakritika samatva, samaja samatva, jnana samatva, karma samatva, upasana samatva. So such a beautifully Swami is telling that Prakritika Samatva. There are various ways we can discuss actually in this particular. So in a physical format, basically irrespective of whether it has a winter or a summer or there's essential for the process of living. So Swami is telling that these are all alternation of seasons, toughens and sweetens us. Birth and death are both natural events. We cannot discover the reason for their birth or death. They simply happen. We try to blame some person or some incidents for the injury or the loss we suffer, but the real reason is our own karma. When the background of the event is known, the impact can be lessened or even negated. Very simple, basically. See, when you think about it, is the doer. When you think about the doer is Swami. When you think that whatever happened to me is because of my karma, because of my previous actions, the result I am able to see very clear. If I am not completed my report today, I can't send it to tomorrow because tomorrow is my deadline. I come to tomorrow and saying that, hey, Sunday I have occupied with the Vahini Sudhamrut activities and that one. So that is the reason I have not completed. If I blame that, I am not I definitely, I'm not identifying the root cause. Your job, what's supposed to be done, you make sure that it is also take because there is a dharma. All that dharmas, whatever that you are taking there, you ensure that don't get because of something. But it is very clearly is known that my own duty that I am not done, because of that I am not able to see that action which I supposed to do that. I have not done that, and so that result only is here. That result only it is coming up. So the doer. So I again question is why Swami is not taking care. No, you are not union with Swami. That is the reason you are not able to do that. If you are union with Swami, the impact will be reduced. Any mother, if I do some mistake, say I have taken 1 rupee from my father's pocket, I went and spent 25 pies. I'm talking about some 1980s, 80s, sorry. Say now 100 rupees, I took it from the pocket and then spent 10 rupees. And then I come to my mother and saying, Swami, I'm to him to Swami, and then I realized my reasons, and then I went to my mother saying that I have done this mistake and all those things. I will never do it again. I'll not. So if I do that kind of things, your mother will not be the serious. She will show love on you. She may give warning, but at the same time, she will take you into into her hold. Likewise, Swami also very clearly, the Prakritika Samatva, we need to get the equanimity. Whatever it is happening in Prakriti, basically, in this five elements, basically, whatever it is happening in the Prakriti, in this particular world, whatever it is happening, we need to have the equanimity. We need to be with the Swami only. Whatever is happening, we need to be happy. No, I have very good. Uh, of course, you are all will be having so many experiences with Swami and all these things. Me too have some kind of experiences. One without union with Swami, I had some. I know how what was my behavior. With the Swami, what was my behavior? With so that particular anubhava karma, whatever that's doing that karma, that anubhava will give the clarity. So we need to be very clear. We need to be and maintain the equanimity. How this equanimity, when we are union with Swami, doer, and whatever is happened to me is because of my past actions results. And definitely, if I am in union with Swami, my past actions results will not be that hard. It's supposed to be. It will be softened, and it will be definitely giving me a warning bell alarm to take into the next steps of my sadhana. Also helps me to get rid of that Vishayavasana and gives more no clarity for my sadhana. Samaja Samatva, very much known to us. This is Varna, casteism, religionism. I do my morning prayer very sincerely. Ishwaram, I will start with my morning prayer, Suprabhatam. I do my chanting. I do my silence Jyotir Dhyana. I complete my complete dhyana and then I'll come out. Then I listen some other religions announcements or some prayer of other religion. If you are taking that everything is samatva with so much of love, then it is very much that we are trying to cleansing of our mind. We are in the process of cleaning of our dust in the mind. If not, we are getting into a different mindset. It is giving us an alarm saying that we need to clean that. Swami will give such kind of experiences also very clearly. When you go to the such kind of other religious places or something is like this, you thinking that it is other religion rather than then he will show, he will give a very much good experience that it is not other, it is yours only. So it gives such kind of very good experiences. You all might have got that such kind of experiences. Me too got such kind of experience. When I went to Shantom Church in Chennai, when I went to Gurudwara in Hong Kong, both environments, Swami showed so much of love, with so much of experience. It's very gives so much of clarity, this basically. Same wise, the Varna system, we discussed many things on this, and the proud and the vanity of the wealth, vanity of the the religion and the caste, really the vanity of the religion region and the all these social evils you will get come out of this basically, and we need to be the equal mindedness. That is very essential for our Sati Sai Seva Samiti members. Samaja Samatva. Very clearly, we as much as we get we try to get rid of these negative impulses, that much Swami loves us basically. And then Jnana Samatva. See, when you come out of this Prakritika Samatva, when you get this Prakritika Samatva and then Samaja Samatva, it is naturally the Jnana which is providing, and then it is the one which is you are talking about. You will get so much of understanding about Swami and then your inner self, and you will getting the purifying. Here, while getting purified, if we get attachment to the ego of knowledge, ego of wisdom, if we connect more towards that, if we connect more towards that wisdom, that I am acquiring this kind of wisdom, I am getting such kind of knowledge. If such kind of things, if we get connected, automatically the vanity of knowledge will get enter, and we will start comparing the things, and we will think that we are much more thing. These are all things will come into the mind, which is not at all necessary for us. In our sadhana, it is not at all necessary. So the vanity of wisdom is very, very, very dangerous state where it will strongly stops our yoga sadhana. We think that we are forwarding, but the problem is that we give. But the dharma, whatever the dharma we are doing, during that dharma, we have to make sure that we are not getting into this vanity of wisdom. The reason is, see, in Ishavasyopanishad, very clearly it will tells the ninth mantra. You can do the Google after this particular session. The ninth mantra will very clearly will tell whoever is in avidya is in darkness. Whoever got vidya, but still you identified yourself with that vidya, then he will be in too much darkness. ఎవరైతే విద్యను ఎవరైతే అవిద్యలో ఉన్నాడో వాడు చీకట్లో ఉంటాడు. ఎవరైతే విద్యను అభ్యసించాడో వాడు పరమశించి తన్ను తాను మరవలేదు, తన్ను తాను మరవకుండా ఈ అహంకారాన్ని తెచ్చుకున్నాడు, వాడు ఇంకా పరమ చీకట్లో ఉంటాడు అని స్వామి చెప్తాడు. He is still like basically the one who not aware of Brahman, not aware of anything, basically not connected with Swami. Avidya, he is completely with the world. He is in darkness. He is in the dark world. Whereas who understands, who learned Vedas, Shastras, Upanishads, chanting, but still think that I have learned, I know this Veda, I know this Upanishad, I know this knowledge, I am aware of this knowledge. If I associated with all these things, then you are completely in too much of darkness. When compared to that guy, this guy is in complete darkness. This mantra is in Ishavasyopanishad itself. So it's very clear. Let's not get into the vanity of wisdom. Whatever Swami is sweetly telling to us, whatever we are experiencing, that is only our jnana. And then if we, to whomever it is there, that he is on to equanimity, if we are looking at it, he is only the Samadarshi. So Jnana Samatva is very, very, very strongly, though you are coming out of the senses, though you are coming on this, though you are connecting with the things, this will hit you very strongly during that time. And we need to be very cautious on this particular part. By telling 4 Sanskrit words, I cannot showcase that I'm very knowledgeable person. No, it should be the more equanimity how we are showing and how much softly you are talking, how much sweetly you are taking things, you are taking saralatva, how we are doing. Karma samatva, Swami very clearly is telling that if we have all these things, samaj samatva, prakriti samatva, no knowledge, no very much wisdom related thing, if you have a knowledge samatva, or you can call it as Vijnana Samatva, Jnana Samatva, then Karma Samatva is can be while you are doing action, you will try it. So we are all aware of that. How much you share knowledge, that much of love you are sharing with the people. Likewise, it will reflect also. People start loving you because I have got some knowledge from you. I like you basically. The same way, like how you in the karma while you are doing, you are treating everyone as an equal. As per the dharma, if you are doing the actions and then sharing the things, when you're doing like a kind of with a person who belongs to everyone, then people will start connecting with you very, very, without any limitations. And they also understand there are some limitations while reaching to you, and then they will also understand, maintain that architecture, maintain that kind of protocols, but still they'll be sweetly and softly will be with you because they know that you are bounded to the limitations, you are bounded with the protocols, but still you are a sweet person, you share with the things, and they also connected with in the same way. The society will start it with the same way. A district collector who is very much connected to the world, and then he is so much desires are there, and he'll be sitting in that particular room in district collector, in the collector office. He'll be sitting outside of the collector's office room. There will be a peon who will be sending to the people inside to the collector room, and also taking the files to keep them in a proper way. Say if collector is looking for a kind of a corruption connected with so much things and doing the all wrongdoings and making that the according not to the rules founded, but it is breaking the rules, he will not get the respect. Whereas if the peon is very much timely, he is coming, maintaining the punctuality, ensuring that neatly dressed, with a smithy smile, with Swami in his heart, doing the service with so much conviction, and he's doing while retire, during the retirement, or during while people who are is leaving that particular office, they will give more respect to that peon, not to the collector. Likewise, if get retired, during the retirement, that peon will get pure heartly no send off with love, but whereas the collector with the courtesy and with some kind of since I have got benefited, so I'll also give something to him. Such kind of unethical relationship related things will be there. We all know about this. So Samaja Karma Samatva is doing duty very clearly, equanimity, maintain that protocols, but with so much of equal mindedness. If we do the actions, it will be made. Upasana Samatva. We discussed about this morning prayer, and then whatever the religion it is, whatever the caste it is, whatever the option it is, I cannot showcase my negative quality or my evil mind. I cannot showcase my evil mind when there is a kind of in other some people are doing some kind of bali or something that they are doing that. Okay, the activity is happening. That is, they are praying Swami and doing some actions according to their understanding. That's it. And do that, and making sure that you have to come out of all that questioning, meaning, entering, because the doer is doing it. They have that kind of understanding, and people are doing it. Come out of that. Okay, it is the Swami which has given such kind of understanding. Go ahead. Doesn't mean that whatever it is. So whatever that upasana that you are doing, treat it with equal mindedness. Come out of this. So Swami is very clearly there. So his great deal of fanaticism and prejudice with the persecution. Swami is very clear the persecution, so which arise out of ignorance of one, the sameness of the God whom all adore. Through various rites and rituals, modes and methods, there is only one God, and he is omnipresent. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti. There is only one truth, which wise people will give it so many forms and names. That's it. Sairam. So Swami is very clearly, I just want to give the clear. So very clearly, Swami is telling that yoga is integration, union with Swami. You are the self only. You need to identify yourself as an Atma. You need to come out of the body and then senses control point of view. Start sadhana. Continue your yoga sadhana integrated with the Swami, and do your perfect actions as karma yoga. Do your devotion with Swami, with the sadhana, with the yoga, that is bhakti yoga. If you add that yoga, it is jnana yoga. Whatever the knowledge is coming, again you need to integrate with the Swami only. And when you are doing that, all that union is very clearly samatvam you will be getting. You are getting yoga karmash kaushalam, is in every action you are getting that kaushalam, and your chitta will be cleaning, and then you are getting union with the Swami, as an Atma to Swami and getting into the liberations. So aspects of yoga is the one. So before conclusion, just want to thank you everyone and Swami. But this Prashnottara Vahini will give us a platform to understand very clear about ourselves. Whatever we have done that the journey, we took a role model of Rama. We took Bhagavata Purana as a role model, like how a devotee is supposed to be, Parikshit Prayana, Jivana Prayana. And then his that particular journey of devotee, we took it as another one. Then what is dharma? Then how I can connect with the Swami, that is the dhyana. And then that one pointedness we all understood. And then this prema. And then we have no questions about getting after the prema, dhyana, dharma. You will be getting the prashanti. How you experience that prashanti, that shanti. All that doing that, then in that process we will got so many questions. Those questions Swami has answered, Sandeha Nivarani. And again I'm getting much more related to the universe. Again Swami is giving what you are. You are a just Atma. So get your self confidence that you are Atma. Satisfy yourself as that you are Atma, not the body. Sacrifice yourself that it is not this world and this body is only for Swami, not for my worldly desires. And get understanding on these three, then we will get the self realization. Through that self realization, you will start integrating with Swami, that yoga sadhana, and then get the equanimity and merge with Swami. This is what Swami is telling in the Prashnottara Vahini. We still have one more concept in Prashnottara Vahini. Sai Ram, thank you very much for joining to the session. Now open for the discussion, question and answers. Maybe I'm boring, giving boring concept, or I don't know how you people are taking off. Yes, sir. Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Any questions, please? Yes, ma'am, Madhavi.
Sairam, brother. So it was a very interesting and elevating speech today. What you gave. I wanted to just ask that Trayambakam Yajamahe you had mentioned. No? So that one, when should we chant that 108 times we chant Trayambakam Yajamahe? So that one, when should we do that japa? When a person is sick and serious, or is it like after the person passes away? So that I wanted to ask.
I need to cross check, man. This is about this particular mantra. Is there any specific timelines as Swami has mentioned? I need to cross check, ma. But
Okay.
But in my yoga sadhana, but I don't want to give my opinion only on my take. Let me check if Swami has told anything in about this timelines about this particular mantra in any discourse. If not, then what is that? I will send in the WhatsApp message, ma.
Okay, thank you.
Because I don't want to give, because any mantra is basically it is gives you to connect with Swami. For that there is a timelines, or I don't think so, because Swami himself has told Gayatri mantra you can do even for doing the bathing also you can do, even you are training also you can do. So irrespective of gender and the age group and the varnas. So Swami very clearly told about this.
Yes, so
Applies
it
same for
seems to be like
everything.
a very powerful mantra for healing of any person. So that's why I wanted to know.
Anything will become
When it is
powerful
sitting
only
for
when we do in with the
the
union with Swami.
union with Swami. Yes. That's right. Yeah.
Mm. It's
Okay.
because the reason that Matra Bala, that whatever it is, if you do
Hmm.
that with, again here the Bhava, again we discussed about Bhava, Anubhava and Brahma, Brahma. So that is also very much important, right? I will come back to you, sorry, because I want to check what
Hmm.
Swami has told in the things.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anna.
Sairam, Sairam, Sairam. Thank you. Sir, Vinod sir, please, sir.
Sairam, sir. So just
Sairam,
one
sir.
clarification, sir. In this chapter 15 of Prashnotter Vaidhi, the chapter on Ashtanga Yoga.
Sir.
So there, one question is, he's asking, question is asking, is this the only yoga? But Swami says this is not the only one. There are four more. So he's saying there are four in all. He says there are four in all. And then he had the answer to those four in all is mantra yoga, raja yoga, laya yoga, and hatha yoga. So then this makes it five. Sir. So I just wanted to know whether that Ashtanga yoga is part of this or.
To give that, sir, I just skipped that particular slide.
Okay.
Swami
Yeah.
is reminding me. So
Okay,
Vinod brother is coming and Swami is reminding through you. That's I just skipped that particular part. The reason is, yeah, to answer that, Ashtanga yoga, this mantra yoga, hatha yoga, laya yoga, raja yoga is part of Ashtanga yoga only. It is not a separate one, but at the same time, Swami is told separately is there because even you can experience that Ashtanga yoga in these things also. Mantra yoga, basically. See, uh, okay, to give the clarity, sir, in this particular part, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why Swami is told about this. First of all, Ashtanga Yoga. Who gave this Ashtanga Yoga? Why this Ashtanga Yoga? Because in Vedas, it is very clearly told that this is how your sitting postures. These are different asanas. You know, basically, they are told like you need to be union with God. Then to give the pramana, Patanjali has done the complete research. Our Dharma Shastras. Did we discussed about this concept Shastras, sir? I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
sure.
Some earlier session.
Earlier we have discussed about Shastras.
Yeah.
The Shastras will give the pramana, basically. Of course, Veda itself is pramana. It's very, there is no, so to again, to cross it 10 to 10, 1 to 10,000 times it has been rechecked, and then confirmed through Yoga Shastra. So it is Ashtanga Yoga is one very clearly tells was you do this practice. This is the practice. Likewise, the Mantra Yoga. See, think that daily I am sitting and then doing the Rudra with complete union with Swami. Over a period of time, I will become the silence, and then that silent is become the Prashanti, and that will become the Samadhi. I am doing all that Yama Niyama because so every time I'm sitting and then Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. The moment I'm doing this, all your system, the body itself, is completely looking with getting union with Swami itself. You are completely doing, and I'm doing that continuously. That mantra yoga will definitely it will make you make sure that it is union with Swami. And over a period of time, that one pointedness will be there, and we'll be getting that silence only. That Om become the last silence will be our state. That is also yoga. Hatha yoga. Swami is telling that the various asanas, yoga postures, and then mental self-transformation. This hatha yoga also, the why I'm doing this, when I'm doing this all body postures and all those things only to union with the Swami, you are melting, or you can say you are molding your body with anything, and then making sure that you are continuously, all your Nadi Mandala, the way how it is, developed, and then it is, making that energizing your body to integrate with the Swami. You're doing all those things. It's end of the day, again, this is no union with Swami only. Here we discussed about the Laya Yoga. Basically, it is talking about the chakras and the slokas and the and the we discussed about the sheets, 5 sheets also. Like how while you are doing the sadhana, the energy, energy points. Basically, they call it as chakras. Basically, a few days before, some minutes before, like if I take an example of I'm traveling from one place to another place. If I'm traveling in an electric vehicle, and at one particular point I will get charged, and again I will move, again I will get charged, again I will move. So in the way, these chakras are charging points, basically making sure that you move up to ensure that your body is very much getting utteja, tejas. Through that, your sadhana, your inner senses also, your things are also getting into the yoga agni, and then you are getting into the uh, perfection, basically union with God. So it is, call it as chakra, or you call it as awakening the kundalini, or you can call it as experiencing the saptalokas, urthalokas, or you call it as experiencing the 5 sheets, coming out of each sheet and then experiencing the uh, ananda loka, brahmananda loka. All these things are Laya Yoga, what Swami is telling is. Raja Yoga we discussed basically. But again, in the Raja Yoga, the self-realization is the major part, basically. As we discussed, self-confidence, self-satisfaction, self-sacrifice, all come under the self-realization. So these are all things karma, bhakti looking into this Raja Yoga. So Swami is telling that these are all separate, but the experience point of view, you enter, your ultimate objective is yoga with Swami.
Sure, sir. Sairam. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Sairam. Thank you, no, sir.
Sairam.
Thank you, Swami. Time is good now. I'm not able to manage the time. I just script that slide. You came with the right question. So Swami prompted you, Sairam.
Sairam.
Sairam, anybody has questions on this, please. Often I think, sir, Swami, everyone say basically, like sees so much Swami written in Vahinis, so much Swami told in the discourses, but somehow we took this into these are all the scripts, and then this Sri Satya Sai Sahitya went into backseat, and the Tapovanam, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Leelas, everything came into the front seats actually. It is for us where our major we have to focus on the Vahinis and Vachanamrita, both. You call it as Vahini Sudhamrita and Vachanamrita. So one more request to everyone, again and again I'm doing. Please read, study the Vahini, and then go for the quizzes or exams or whatever it is, basically. Now almost like May 10th, I'll wait another 1 week and then open the Prashnottara Vahini's related things. If anybody have not yet attempted the Tandeha Nivarani Prashanti Vahini. Anybody has issues in opening the things also, please let me know. Complete the quizzes as quick as possible. Sairam. We will conclude the session, sir. Okay. Sairam. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining the Vahini Sudhamrita. We will conclude the session with Asatoma, Samastaloka, and prayer Jaikar to Swami. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय
Jai Sai Ram.
Sai
Jai
Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
राम साई राम
Jai
साई
Sai Sai Ram.
Thank you.
राम
Thank you, sir. Sai Ram.
राम साई राम
Sai Ramanna, thank you.